Hi, Genki Call here with Bounty for the weekend of April 14th, 2023. This guy's not too bad, actually. I'm actually rather enjoying doing something different, and I've got some of the same old thing for you. I mean, I've got to include those teams for those that like the true damage option, but I've got some new ways to do things this time. So, bunch of different team codes, and I'm going to show them all to you, well, all but one of them to you in just a moment. First of all, I want to mention that I bought up to tier 5, and then I used a Orb of Ascension on this guy so that he would get to mythic level so I could get my full 30x multiplier, which is going to be shown right here. First team, I've actually used this all the way from the first level all the way through level 20. It's actually working just fine. Even at level 19, it was still working fine. This is meant to be for the early levels, nice and fast. You use the Hound of Liang, you just blow everything away. Now, if you're going to continue using this team, you gotta switch things up a little bit, and the axe beak is actually quite useful. Surprisingly, when I saw this spell, I didn't read it correctly. Damage to the first enemy, then there's a 20% chance to deal half damage to all enemies. To all enemies, including the one that you just hit. So if that 20% hits, it's going to hit the same troop that you just hit again, provided that it's still alive. So that is pretty cool. It does do double skull damage versus stunned enemies, and we can get a stun here using the Ogress, but, then Ogress will be at the front and the Axebeak wouldn't be. Anyway, let me show you how this team works. I put the Hound of Liang up at the front for the early levels because you get mana for it more quickly. You can cast, you can be done with the level very, very quickly. For this, higher levels, you're going to want to move the Ogress up a little bit just to make sure that you don't lose your Hound of Liang immediately to a random skull. But, that's part of what the Ogress does. She pulls herself to the front. So you're going to want to take skulls whenever you can. But this guy has got some skull damage reduction, so I'm just going to blow things up instead. Now, this is a heavily green team. Let me go ahead. First, we want to cast this guy. He's going to do damage to the first enemy, maybe some to the others as well. He didn't this time. Then we're going to cast this. We want to take skulls whenever you can on these higher levels. On the early levels, you don't have to cast this guy. All you need is the Hound of Liang. But when I'm casting this, it explodes 1 gem. And then I'm going to cast wherever I can get the most extra bit of skull damage on them. So if I can hit 3 skulls or, something with a doom skull, I'm going to do that. I hit this again. It didn't do the extra. Now, the problem with running with Flora Fawn is that she's going to create all these green gems. And this guy's going to take the green gems and turn them all purple. So I haven't really had too much of a problem with it. I did gold medal this guy. That gave me an extra 5 damage on my spell. And then I also equipped 3 medals of Nisha, and that also increased my spell damage. So I'm not going to cast Flora Fawn right now. If you cast Flora Fawn, always cast on herself. She will enchant herself. That means you'll always have mana. Even though she's mana blocked, you'll get that enchant on her and be able to keep casting with her. But for now, I'm just going to cast this again because I just want to get some more damage on board here. Look at all that. That's cool. All right, we're going to do this. And it did not hit once again. Yeah. Thanks. You can stop now. Stop it! All right, actually, I'm going to take that. And I haven't lost any Val Ravens at this point. This doesn't do a whole lot, but I'm going to get a little extra mana from it. A little extra... Yeah, on this higher level, it's just not very fast, but it still works. I mean, it does work. Let's go here with some brown and red, actually. I was hoping to get enough to get this guy going, but no. All right, let me show you. We'll do this just so I can show you how it works, and then we'll go ahead and explode a gem. Something... Yeah, sure, we'll do this with the green. Might as well. All right, load this up. Ah, very nice. Okay, So that team is a lot more efficient at the lower levels, and I have two more teams for lower levels. Finishing up just through level 20 will get you through level 15 rewards plus some. I'm going to go ahead and collect those near and give me something good. No, no. Oh well. Let me grab the next team. I think I already have it on the clipboard, but just in case. All right, two more teams for the lower levels. So next team is, instead of this one, we can do this one. The Sister of Nightmares hits two enemies. We have only the Ogress for mana gen, and I have a minus red on this. Minus red is okay. We're not going to be using Axe Beak a lot. I don't know. I haven't tried this out, so, I just put this together. I really like the idea that she does damage to two enemies and does the random status effect plus the poison. That's all good. But we only have the Ogress for mana gen here, but I'm just going to keep hitting these guys and blowing things up. We'll hit here, and it did the extra damage. It did that extra half damage to all of these guys and took out the bottom troop, so that was cool. We'll do this. Don't really, like I said, this is for early levels. That's why Hound of Liang is here. You don't really need the Hound of Liang on these, latter levels. But just trying to show how it works. And this is certainly faster than the last one for this level. This does 70 damage. Oh yeah. We'll do this and done. Me hee hee. Alright, grabbing the next team. Okay. Got the next team. Next team meant for early levels, but can be used here if you're higher level like I am. Almost the same. Instead of using the Hound of Liang for the scatter damage, you're using Mare. It does true damage. It steals life from the first enemy, boosted by skulls destroyed. It's a good way to get some extra, to have an extra, the word I'm looking for is tank. I just could not get the word out for some reason, but it does a little extra damage. This one hits the bottom two enemies. This might be a bit more efficient for, when you've got a Valraven here and it's at the bottom level, but you saw this guy just took all of the green and turned it to purple. That's all right. Let's get some extra purple on board here. Speaking of purple, but that's okay. We're gonna blow this up, and this guy will be gone from certainly one of these skulls will blow up when I do this. So if they could just stop looping, that would be great. But I'm gonna do this instead of taking the skull match. I only had one mana anyway, so we'll do this. Come on. There we go. We'll do this. Let's see if it will. Wait, any match fours? No. Go ahead and do that. And we'll steal some life from this guy. Like I said, secondary tank in case you need it. Let's go. Not worried about the boost. Okay, blow things up. Let's see if we can get that 20%. Nope. That's okay. And I'm not going to bother with... I'm just going to do this. Alright. Probably should have just saved that one. And we'll do a little steal life here and be done with it. I got this. Yeah, I do have it gold medaled. Alright, next team. This is these, let's see, I have 4 more teams meant for the higher levels of the bounty here. They should go maybe a little faster. The thing is that this is the same thing everybody always uses. They use the Ogress, Corpse Mare, or Rift Links, or, what's his name? Soldier of Wrath, one of the true damage tanks, or troops here, Tigraki Warrior, and then whatever the Bounty Captain is. Bounty Captain is totally useless on this true damage team because I have Tigraki Warrior with me. And Tigraki Warrior does damage based off of their armor. So if we damage their armor with this guy, Tigraki Warrior is not going to be very useful, right? So we'll take this blue and that. Actually, not interested in doing bounty with this usual team this time. Yep. I blew it up just so they couldn't have the skulls. I'll do that again. There we go. Alright, Tigraki Warrior. I kind of want to do this guy because he keeps taking my green away, and I'd like to keep my green. Thank you very much. Don't want to do this, except maybe as a finisher. So he's just going to sit down here and be useless. I'm going to take that. Yeah, might as well, because I'm going to get rid of this guy with Corpse Mare anyway. I'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. I keep saying this guy, that guy. You know what I mean? Ah, you know what I mean. Alright, blow things up. I'm kind of liking the different way of doing things with this troop. Will I ever use them again in Bounty? Probably not, but you know, it's something nice and different for this time. Anyway, let me grab the next team. Now, this team, this is the one team well, no, I have two teams I'm not going to show you. Because I'm just going to explain these next two teams for you, because these are meant for people that are not endgame, that are not high level like I am. And by the way, the class does not matter. You can see Slayers on this. That's just the last class I was using. You do not get any class experience from doing battles if you don't have your hero with you, and you can't if you want to get the most points out of bounty. So only worry about the class if you don't have all of your class weapons. It does count towards the 250 wins for your class weapon, but if you have them all, the class absolutely does not matter. All right, let me explain this. We've got Ogress, Sister of Nightmares, Axe Beak, just like before. This is the pivotal troop for people that are lower level than me, because this does damage to an enemy, and if the enemy's attack is greater, deal double damage. My attack is so high now that at this point in the game, he does not ever do double damage for me. But he is going to be, I think this is going to be a super team for anybody that's low enough level to have that they have that extra attack. So this guy's attack is 50. Mine is 73. So I'm way too high level for this to work for me. But, you know, in the years past, this half main did work very nice for me on these higher levels. The next one with half main is a little different. Also with half main, but instead we're going all in on half main and Axe Beak. And Ogress Warwolf. Warwolf will create a ton of red gems if there are skulls on the board. You blow things up beside some skulls, you get a ton of red. You're just going to keep looping with these two. Well, not looping, but you're just going to keep being able to cast with these two. So, also a team for people that are lower level than me. So I can't show it to you. It's just not going to be very efficient. And I don't want you to think that it's just not a good team. It's just not going to work for me. So, lastly, we've got another setup. Ogress, Sister of Nightmares, Flora, Fawn, and Axe Beak. This way we're going all in on mana gen. Again, Flora Fawn, cast her on herself every time. And I think this is going to work really well. We'll go ahead and cast her. We don't need Flora Fawn just yet. I'm actually going to cast her, though, to get some more green on the board. Nah. Oh, no! I forgot! I forgot about him. Sorry. I forgot. I was not paying attention. Bad Genki. Pay attention! Georgia says, bad mom. Alright, we'll do that. And it did do the extra damage to the other troops. Fantastic! Blow things up. We've got mana for them again. Yes, I see him up there. Let's get rid of him. Alright, we'll do this again. I think I might just keep using this team for the rest of Bounty. I might go with another one. I might put Nature Weird, or not Nature Weird, Emperor Liang's Hound, or Liang's Hound, whatever it is, on the team. I don't know. But, you know, despite the fact that Flora Fawn is creating all of that green mana for this to transform, I don't care. I don't care. The purple helps Sister of Nightmares. So anyway, that is what I have for you for this bounty. I hope you enjoy some of the new team setups I've got going on here. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!